felony murder because of how the law is written, but I didn't the whole time I was fairly confident I wouldn't get premeditation because there was.
Having a good day, I want to actually be real. I want to tell you, but you're taking me seriously. I'm so sorry.
Probable, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. That's fine. And
Yes.
I don't verify.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I know you guys are wrapping up the weekend. It's Sunday over there, Monday over here in Seoul, South Korea. So just getting things shaken. Did a deep clean yesterday. So I put my shit everywhere. I disassembled my whole desk and kind of put everything everywhere. So mi scusi for taking a little bit longer today. But good to see you guys. Good to be back. I'm really excited for this week. This is like hype week. You know, it's hype week for game time because next week is game time and it's on for the next 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, starting next week. So we're going to talk about that and we're going to go through one of the cases that we're going to be covering in the next 2 weeks. The trial date is set for January 30th, 2023. That is the Sarah Boone suitcase murder case. So we're going to be going over some facts of that case. I just want to go over some basics and some stuff that I think a lot of other attorneys haven't gone over, and a lot of things that people haven't looked at. I know a lot of people have looked at the police interview. We will not be doing the police interview today. That's a 2-hour video, something I think a lot of people have killed to death. Frankly, I don't think it's as material. I do not think it's as material to the actual case as you might think it may be. But we're going to go through the actual affidavit, and I will play the suitcase video at the very end. So for those who haven't seen it, I will save that for the very end of the stream, right before we cut it, because that thing always dings the algo. But it's good to see everybody up here in the chat, whether you're here on YouTube, whether you're here on Rumble. What's going on, guys? Who are over there? Britt, Wyvern, Twisted Puppet. What's going on, Mangy Coyote? Good to see you. Yes, Sarah Boone, the drunk bitch who killed her boyfriend by packing in a suitcase, allegedly, right? Allegedly. And by the way, this case should be televised. I know a lot of people come out here and say, "Oh, I heard it's not." No. It indeed will be televised. It's in Florida. Almost all Florida cases are going to be televised unless there's some extrinsic circumstance or something really crazy. Florida's transparency laws, the requirements that our government puts on all aspects being transparent, which is why you get so many crazy Florida man stories, those weigh heavily in favor of releasing or allowing it to be televised, allowing it to be streamed. So it presumptively will be streamed. I think the one that people are confusing with this case is the dumpster case, the Abilene shooting, the Miller shooting. That one, and I know Nick Ricada has been on top of that one. That one may not be streamed. So that particular case may not be streamed. So I think people are getting a little confused because they're excited about, watching both of these cases. But we're going to try to view as many as we can. And we'll be starting with the Murdaugh case next week. It starts a week earlier than the Boone trial. So we'll probably be previewing that one and then switching to the Boone trial once it actually kicks up. So that's likely what's going to go on our channel. But yeah, good to see everybody here in the chat. And yes, I will confirm, Brew Berries, that there is a new Soju Bay in the back. I'm going to try to switch them out monthly. So December is taken down. I got ready to ship it out to the winner, Zero Signal Zen, who won on my locals. By posting in my locals, supporters only. So if you're a supporter, it's a little bit of extra alpha for you over there on locals. He won the December poster. We'll be raffling off this one in February. So if anybody wants to get in there, and that's legalmindset.locals.com, as always. And shout out to everybody over there. Bob Johnson, C3 Battle, Patrick Kennedy, Vealhammer. Good to see you in there. Rando Thug, Zero Max. What's up, you D-Gens, Jay? Good to see you guys over there on locals. Already posting dank memes. There's already one here. Let me show you guys. Let's see what we can do already here. Oh man, I'm not ready for these. I'm not ready for these memes this early in the morning. Let's do the entire screen. There we go. Boom. So we got one already. Oh shit. I have a very dark sense of humor, so this is actually quite funny. Appreciate that over there on Locals. I would not fit in a suitcase. I'm just gonna say, I would not fit in a suitcase. It was shout out to Zero Signal. Jim says, I did in a recount. That drawing was more more legitimate, is what you meant, Jim. More legitimate. Whoa, almost read this. I was thinking I'm on Rumble here. No, I can't read that word. Can't read that word. You know what's funny? I'll tell you a quick funny story. I had a cousin who emailed me an article about the Brazilian elections, and in that, it's trying to posit that the Brazilian elections are this huge victory for progressives over populists and this and that. And I'm like, Brazil, yes, of course, a place known for the legitimate institutions. Absolutely hilarious. But of course, their elections were completely legitimate, right? Super legitimate. Nothing corrupt has ever happened in Brazil, ever. Not corrupt at all. Only justice and proper things go down in Brazil. So we're going to start out this one by looking at some of the base documents for this, and just kind of starting with the background to the case. Now, as you guys know, I'm a Florida lawyer, a licensed Florida attorney, and so I went and pulled the records on this case. So we're going to go through, and I want you to guys see kind of the charges, the judge. And these are actually some lawyers some people that I've heard of on this case. So let's just dive right into it. And that body count says you'd been in a suitcase if it was shabusiness. Oof. I would need to be severely shabusinessed, because even my legs alone would be hard to fit into a suitcase. Let me tell you right now. I've tried. But appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So here we go. State of Florida. This is 2020 CF 002603AO. State of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone is, of course, the alleged suitcase killer. It is a criminal felony case. And the judge is Wayne Wooten. Here's Wayne. He's kind of intense look. I don't know. Like, do you guys kind of think he looks like Mr. Bean? I've met him in person, and he doesn't look like this that much, but I feel like this photo kind of makes him look like Mr. Bean. I don't know what you guys think about that. Like, does he have a celebrity lookalike other than Mr. Bean? I think that's got to be it. So, I mean, this is like Judge Bean in this case. And speaking of feed to the Gators, the judge is a Gator. He's a double Gator. He went for his bachelor's and his JD at the University of Florida, my alma mater for Juris Doctorate. So, he will definitely be fed to the Gators, both literally and figuratively, if she is found guilty. He's got a pretty good background. He was an assistant state attorney. He was a co-chair on the criminal law committee. So he's got some background in criminal law. He's not somebody who doesn't know about criminal law. He's been a judge for a while. So I have not met him, but I've heard of him. And he has a good reputation. So Judge Wooten has a good reputation with all the judges I can ask for. But I've never been in his courtroom, and I don't know him personally. But he does have a good reputation. Reputation of being a pretty clever guy, even though he looks like Mr. Bean. Yeah, you got to have a nickname for the judge. So this is going to be Judge Bean. So she's in front of Judge Bean. Now, her attorney is this guy, Frank Bankowitz. And this is why, let me tell you, the drama involving her attorney is why this trial could be crazier than Darrell Brooks. I'm going to say it one more time. You think Fort Grounds was bad? Crazy white women. It's going to get a whole lot worse. If you think a crazy white woman in front of Judge Bean, this is going to be pure comedy. I think. I'm telling you right now. Here's why. Let's drive in here. So you got this guy, Frank Bankowitz. On paper, he seems pretty legit, right? He went to Bernard College in 1970. He's been practicing since 1974, went to the University of Baltimore, and he's certified with the Fifth Circuit of Appeals and SCOTUS. However, here's the thing. Mr. Bankowitz kind of got in some trouble. In 2019, he got reprimanded for mishandling the client's post-conviction case. He failed to diligently pursue a post-conviction matter and failed to maintain adequate communication with the client. He also had another reprimand for failing to pay the IRS funds he withheld from his employees' wages for unemployment, Social Security, Medicare, and income taxes from 2011 to 2013. He did pay up, though. So he has been reprimanded. Which is not something you want to see from an attorney. When you're looking at an attorney that's been reprimanded, it's not perfect. Now, he could be a very competent attorney, given all that. I mean, people can make mistakes, particularly over a long career. And Awakening Bear says, yeah, he's probably 100 years old. Yeah, and he could make a case. And by the way, JG, hope you feel better, man. Glad you made the chat. So that's the attorney on this side. Now, I don't know exactly which state attorneys are handling it on the state side. I will drill into that, and as soon as I find out, I guarantee I'm gonna know exactly who they are. And we might get some people you know. You might get Frank George again. Remember Casey Anthony Trowell? You might get Frank George. So what do we got here for the charges? We got second-degree murder, first-degree punishable by life. This is not a capital offense. They are not going for capital punishment on this. I actually think that's smart. She's already pled not guilty in 2020. So already pled not guilty to that charge. Now, what else has gone on? Well, a little something that leads me to believe that this is crazy. Isn't this her sixth lawyer? Yes. She has gone through a hell of a lot of attorneys. And I'm just going to go through here. You can kind of see it when you see it. So this is her latest appointment of counsel for Bankowitz, right? There was a motion to withdraw, even from Bankowitz. So even Bankowitz tried to get out of this. You see right here, this is on this is a recent order on December 27, 2022. Status hearing held. Defendant did not ask court to remove attorney. Defendant's motion to withdraw is hereby denied without prejudice. So what I think happened here was Frank tried to get out of it. Bankowitz tried to get out of it. And the defendant said, no, I don't want him to leave. So they kept him on the hook. It was too close to the trial, so they kept him on the hook. I think Bankowitz was trying to get out of this one. But if you look around and you look at the other motions, you see here, this is a firm that I'm actually familiar with, the Padilla law firm, and they actually have a good reputation in Orlando. This is their motion to withdraw. And this was like the fourth attorney. And this is very, very telling. Let's zoom in here real quick so you guys can see this. The undersigned is forced to withdraw as irreconcilable differences have arisen between the undersigned and the defendant that would have made it impossible for the undersigned to effectively represent his client. As always, it is difficult to convey all the particulars to the court and at the same time maintain all duties. Because if you give away the secrets, then that could damage your client, and you have a duty not to damage your client, even your past clients. And Darth, I agree. This bitch is cray-cray, which this is showing this. Like, they would tell you, but what she's probably doing is straight up lying to her attorneys and telling her attorneys to repeat the lies in court. And they know they have a duty of candor and they don't want to do it, right? Saying, you guys have to lie in court. I'm telling you this is a lie, but lie for me anyways. And they're saying, no, we're not going to do that. Because they know. They know they could be fucked after this. This is a reputation on the line as criminal defense attorneys. So undersigned's relationship with defendant has become adversarial. The aforementioned adversarial relationship has interfered with undersigned's counsel's ability to effectively represent his client, especially preparing for trial. It's deteriorated to the point where undersigned counsel can no longer give effective aid in the fair representation of Miss Boone's defense. This motion is in compliance with Florida Judicial Administrative Rule 2.505 and Rule 4-1.16, where the attorney-client relationship has deteriorated to the point where counsel can no longer give effective aid in a fair presentation of the defense. Undersigned appreciates the court providing him with the opportunity to amend his previously filed motion withdrawal. However, after researching the issue, undersigned is still in the belief that the specifics of the adversarial relationship may disclose information that may prejudice his client and will such stand mute on the specifics. The motion is made in good faith for the reasons stated above. And I think that's very, very, very smart. File with, David Fear. So I will check out to see if David Fear is actually on the case. That might just be the one they're filing with, though. But by Padilla in service to them. And Padilla was removed as our attorney. So you see this pattern right now of withdrawal, 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 withdrawal. Also, going through here, some things popped out. Just skimming through the docket here. Per the court, motion to appoint forensic psychiatric expert. Very interesting. Could it be because this bitch cray? Could it be? Could that be the defense? Are they going for that as a defense? Then also the Me Too motion to appoint domestic violence psychologist expert. What was going on here? Who's going to claim DV? Is she going to claim DV? Is she going to shout Me Too? Is she going to try for insanity and DV at the same time? The ultimate Amber Heard. Spoiler, this bitch is crazy. No, I mean, for sure. And we'll watch the video again. And you guys can tell me at the end, what you guys think. But I think that these motions, particularly to appoint the forensic psychologist to assist the defense, this does not look good. But it looks like it's going to be a fantastically entertaining trial. This is going to be a great one to watch, I will say. In terms of listening to the experts explain how crazy this woman is, I think it should be good. Goalie says, do you know 1/3 of the women are diagnosed as crazy, which is even wilder when you realize 2/3 are running around and dying. Oh, shit. That's too good. That's too good. I mean, yeah. And guys, remember the standard for being let go in Florida is pretty high. I do not think, because it's a McNaughton state. So under McNaughton, to prove it, you've got to establish by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant suffered from a mental disease or defect at the time of the crime. And so they either didn't know what they were doing or they didn't know it was wrong. So that's a pretty high standard to say they were suffering from a disease. This is McNaughton. And because of that disease, they didn't know what they were doing or didn't know what they were wrong. Or didn't know they were wrong. I mean, that's pretty bad. So for those just tuning in, 423, make sure you smash the like button, guys. Make sure you get in there deep. But definitely appreciate it. And if you're over there, there's no pussy anymore in Rumble. Make sure you smash that. And on locals. Am I demonetized right now, guys? Did they already put me in the bag girl room? Oh, it's age. Guys, they age restricted this video already. Wow. Wow, they age restricted this video already. What the fuck are they talking? Because it's called Sarah Boone trial. Holy shit. Wow. This is crazy, guys. This is how much they go to censor us. Like, to bring in this shit halfway through. This is so good. It's so bad. Yeah, why? What have I done? So guys, you tell me, at what point, and I know my hair is sticking up in the back. I was trying to get it, but it sticks up. What have I done to be age restricted? What did I say? What have I covered? Is it because of the suitcase? And thank you, Nick, for gifting the memberships. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. I'll try to fight this fight here. But it is ridiculous to say this needs to be age restricted. Yeah. Yeah, the new TOS is ridiculous. And I mean, it's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause a problem with a lot of streams, right? Like just covering this case or other cases, right? That being said, go off and come back with a new title. I don't, it's very annoying. Very annoying. I mean, I could do that, but I don't want to because then I got to redo the Rumble, then I got to redo everything else. So I'll fight it afterwards. But it's really weird because, like, this is the thing. Like, this is going to stop. They're trying to stop a lot of the smaller channels from covering these topics. And they're trying to make it so that only the law and cucks, only the court TVs, only those people can cover these topics. Like, anybody else isn't allowed to cover the topics. It's really ridiculous. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to write him a comment right now. Knocking in this appeal right now. While these guys, while it's hot. No, there was no warning. It didn't. Here's the thing on my end, guys. Didn't even give me a pop-up. No warning at all. Just went boom, age restricted. And when she said, "Oh, I can't super chat," I'm like, "Wait a second." Yeah, Law and Cuck doesn't get dinged for this. They cover the exact same thing. I haven't even showed the video, and maybe I won't show the video now just so the appeal goes through. I had it queued up. But without me showing the video, come on, guys. Come on. All right. So let's go ahead and let's just get right into, yeah, and exactly. That's why Rumble's great. I'm on Rumble. And I'm going to be doing more for Rumble, by the way. I think I released this on the thought crimes got me age restricted. It's possible. Maybe I've got to edit that out, right? Veal Hammer over on locals. Maybe we got to clean that up. Or maybe I got to save that for like later in the stream or like the outro. It's possible. Who knows? We'll see. They usually don't tell you what they ding you for, which is crazy. All right, but let's just get into it, guys. I don't want to delay too much on this, but it's just weird. I did not play footage of the suitcase. I did not play any footage yet. I said I might at the end, but now I'm definitely not, just because I want to beat this appeal. But let's go over here to the complaint and review that real quick, guys. So I haven't read through this. So my intent is to go through this arrest affidavit based on what they have. So this is like the information they have. So I'm going to go through this. I made it as big as possible, but I'll read through it for you guys. And by the way, I agree. I don't think we should be catering to children. You know, if people can't control their kids, that's fine. But even if their kids saw this, there's nothing about this that kids shouldn't know. They shouldn't be educated on the law. Are you kidding me? Tug said he got demonetized for saying bully. What? Wow. These new TOS are getting out of control, guys. They really are getting out of control. All right. Well, let's just start with this. Let's get into it. One way or another, we're going to get it. So, background. On February 24, 2020, at 1300 hours, Orange County deputies responded to 4748 France Lane, Winter Park, in response to, okay, she was in Winter Park. I don't know whether she was in the ghetto part of Winter Park or not. I have to actually look that up. Let me look that up real quick. I am very familiar with Winter Park. Let's see where this is at. Okay, so this is where she's at. For those that are familiar with, right? So she is, okay, I got you. She's actually west. So, where is she? Okay, got it. So here's downtown. Here's like what I call the core of Winter Park. This is ghetto Winter Park. Okay, like bougie Winter Park is like over here where the lakes are, right? This is like money Winter Park, right? This is like downtown. You got the Alphon, you got Rollins College. This is bougie Winter Park where the lakes are. Over here is like the kind of ghetto Winter Park. You get towards like Casey Anthony land over here, right? On this side. And then you got UCF over here, right? So this is not the nicest part of Winter Park. So they responded to this not so nice part of Winter Park in response to a female reporting that her boyfriend, George Torres Jr., was deceased. The caller, later identified as Sarah Boone, reported playing a game of hide and seek. Here it is. They were just playing hide and seek, guys. Just playing hide and seek. And by the way, appreciate the $3 tip on locals from Britt Cormier. Says, when you ask, is this bitch crazy? Are you really looking for an answer? Or is it like when women in my life come to me with problems, but do not want a solution? Thank you, Britt. Thank you. It's like the latter. It's like the latter. And Jim says, legal mindset, someone is clearly targeting you, Tug, and Nick. There's only one retard who has a problem with all three of you and is known for brigading. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's possible, you know, and if we have to stream members only, we may. Legal Vices, what's up? I mean, hopefully your streams on this don't get age restricted, my friend. So let's continue here. Sarah and George jokingly thought it would be funny if George got into the suitcase located in the living room. Sarah zipped George in the suitcase. Sarah mentioned that she and George had been consuming alcohol during the night, and she went upstairs and passed out on the bed. She later woke up to her cell phone ringing multiple times around 1100 hours. She went downstairs and did not see George anywhere in the apartment. She then realized that he was probably still inside the suitcase. So she admits to being drunk. She then unzipped the suitcase, found him unresponsive and not breathing. So she admits to finding him there. So her claim is not that it was another woman that did it. It was that they were playing and found him inside. Shortly after 911 deputies arrived on the scene, Orange County Fire Department confirmed that he was deceased at 13:07, so 6 minutes later after the call. So actually, really good response time there. The decedent was found lying near the front door near a blue suitcase. A small laceration was evident on the defendant's lip and what appeared to be some bruising around his eye. I did interview Sarah Boone later that day. Detective Scott Lown and I conducted an audio recorded interview with Sarah Boone, located in my unmarked agency vehicle. The following is a synopsis of Sarah Boone's sworn recorded statement. I read verbatim to Sarah her constitutional Miranda warnings. She agreed and understood what I read. Uh-oh, it's all on the record. Once they read that warning, baby, you know it's on the record. By the way, case law has now said a lot of stuff even before your Miranda can come in. But she continues to yap. So here's where she fucked up. She kept talking to police. Sarah hid upstairs in her shower first, and George never came to look for her. After a while, she decided to go downstairs, where she found George. She and George both thought it would be funny if she zipped George in a blue suitcase that was located downstairs that had a few miscellaneous items they had both planned to donate. George willingly got into the suitcase, and Sarah zipped the suitcase up. But two of George's fingers were able to stick out of the suitcase. Sarah and George were both laughing that he zipped him in the suitcase. She explained that the attached handle made it easier to zip. The suitcase was broken, but the paper clip was in the zipper, and she was able to zip it up. And approximately the 24th. So okay, let's start there. See, one of her defenses could have been that she didn't put him in there. But now at this point, she's saying she put him in there. So that's another one, right? She put him in there knowingly. Approximately 1300, so 12:30 a.m., Sarah decided she was going to go upstairs while George was located in the suitcase, thinking he could get himself out. Sarah laid down in her bed and fell asleep approximately 20 to 30 minutes after going upstairs. Sarah assumed George was going to get out of the suitcase and come to bed. Sarah said neither her nor George was drunk from the wine. I don't know about that. And Jeff, by the way, we got age restricted, buddy. That's what happened. We got age restricted, buddy. So we got to watch out for your streams because I'll be streaming with Jeff next week. Hopefully none of those get age restricted. Really weird, really dumb, really stupid. You know, nothing to do with the actual content of the channel, but that's what happened. You know, what can you do, guys? What can you do? So, here we go. By the way, they were drinking, what bottle they were drinking was a Woodbridge Chardonnay. So W's in the chat for Woodbridge Chardonnay. I don't know if that's your guys' drink of choice. We need dimensions of this suitcase. And guys, I may play the video on Rumble. Obviously, I'm going to try to keep it clean on YouTube here now. But maybe I'll play it on Rumble. Maybe we'll do a Rumble exclusive of the actual suitcase video. Yeah, apparently age restriction blocks super chats, guys. Sorry about that. It's really dumb. If you guys want to, I mean, obviously you got locals, you got Rumble. So those are the best platforms. And if you don't know the links, I'll drop them in YouTube in case you don't know. you guys want to go over there. Obviously, I'll catch anything that comes through locals or on Rumble. If you guys are up, by the way. It's pretty fucked up. But anyways, so she said she was not drunk. She woke up in the morning and heard her cell phone ringing multiple times, but ignored the calls. So she didn't answer any calls. She said her cell phone was left downstairs from the night prior. She knew her ex-husband, Brian Boone, was calling because he was the only person who called her repeatedly to see if she was getting their son, Lucas Boone, from school. Sarah said she stayed upstairs for a while and assumed George was downstairs on the laptop looking for employment. Literally, guys, another reason why. Oh, by the way, yes, you can still gift memberships. I do appreciate that. So if you guys want to do that, that always does help. You want to give somebody a membership, that really does help. The replay game, because a lot of these things are going to go, and I've been doing a lot on members only because people are flagging these. The haters are out in force. They're trying to stop us. Can't stop, won't stop, though. And by the way, I'll do an after party just because of this bullshit. We'll do an after party on locals, a locals exclusive after party. This is some crap. But yes, you can still gift memberships. So Sarah woke up, heard the cell phone ringing, thought it was her ex. Also, why you don't mess with the people with the single moms. I'm gonna throw it out there. We'll throw it out there, guys. Thought it was the baby daddy, but really it was the boyfriend. And by the way, if she thought it was her baby daddy and was ignoring it, there probably were real problems in that relationship there. So she stayed upstairs and assumed George was downstairs on the laptop, looking for a job. George was unemployed. He was unemployed, hard simping. I like it. Jim says, there's an after party on locals, and I'm going to come. Gotta get that gif. By the way, I like this one that got dropped on locals. It's 1:30 a.m. They turn on the lights in the club. Very good. Very good. That's definitely Sarah Boone. I'll tell you right now. So Sarah freaked out and remembered that she saw him zipped in the suitcase. She unzipped it and found him unresponsive. She tried to call Brian back and told him George was dead and begged him to come. So before she called the police, she called her ex-husband. This is why you do not mess with these folks, because the first person they contact is their ex. Brian only resides a few minutes away. When Brian got there, he saw him unresponsive and told Sarah she needed to call 911. So literally, she didn't even think about calling 911. She called her ex. And the ex is like, yo, you got to call the police. Brian then immediately walked outside and stayed there until law enforcement arrived while Sarah followed the instructions from 911. Brian, hold on. Brian. Shout out to Brian for being smart, for staying the fuck out of it. That's exactly what you want to do. He probably was a nice guy. You got to stay out of it. And thank you so much for the gift grift. Steve C, Zero Signal Zen, Patrick Kennedy, appreciate you. All you guys. Those are fucking gangsters. Appreciate you guys. When they try to silence me, I appreciate that you guys help it out. So now it will be a sea of members in the chat. I love it. Yes, toilet emojis for all. Very based energy in this chat. Because fuck the censorship. That seems like a corner case for single mom drawbacks, but I'll allow it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, look, you may not get killed every single time, but you will not be put first. You are not the first priority. I'll put it that way. If you think you're the first priority as the random boyfriend, I got news for you. And I see you guys on locals. What's up? What's up? Furious Flyer, what's going on? Cherry Bombshell, good to see you over there. Appreciate y'all coming over there to locals. When things get a little breaded on YouTube. All right, so continuing. Sarah gave verbal and written consent by signing waivers and affidavits to search her iPhone. She had an iPhone XS. I have an older iPhone, but hey, still worked. The digital forensic investigator responded to the scene and began to download her cell phone. While the cell phone was being downloaded, 2 videos were found. The first recording on February 24th, where George repeatedly yelling out Sarah's name. Sarah told George, "For everything you've done, F you, Sarah, F you." Sarah was laughing when she said F you. Stupid. So Sarah was calling this guy stupid and saying F this guy. George was repeatedly calling out Sarah's name. George said, "I can't breathe. I can't effing breathe. Seriously." Sarah said, "Yeah, that's what you do when you choke me." George was continuing to repeat himself, telling Sarah he could not breathe. Sarah replied, "That's on you. Oh, that's what I feel like when you cheat on me." Sarah said, "You should probably shut the F up." In this video, the suitcase was facing downwards, and you can see George pushing in an attempt to get out. The video is 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. The second video began earlier, where George yelled out Sarah's name. The suitcase is now in a different position, facing upwards and moved over to the left side. So literally, the suitcase was flipped. The video is 22 seconds long. They received an autopsy located at the medical examiner's office. During the autopsy, it was noted that George had injuries. He had long nail scratches on his mid-upper back, a large nail scratch to the back of his neck, contusions to his left shoulder, left skull, and forehead contusions considered blunt force trauma, and a cut near his busted lip. Okay, can we say it? Can we say men can get Me Too'd now? There's more proof here that George was injured than there was bottles for Amber Heard. I'm seeing more proof here than I see bottles. Just saying. Oh God, and the memes are flowing from the locals chat, by the way. Let me just pull some of these up real quick. You guys kill me. You guys kill me. We got, of course, the prostitution sting team. Too good. And of course, I support single moms. Of course, we all support our single moms here. But yeah, of course, men and women can be evil, right? We both have the capacity. I mean, that's equality, right, Gene? True equality is the equal opportunity to be evil. And all we're saying is that this is a case of a woman who is absolutely evil. Oh, God. Yeah, but Biffrin says she beat his ass first. He went unconscious. She thought she killed him because she's dumb as cling wrap. She put the suitcase, but he woke up. Then stupid really shines. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. How do we know George didn't hit himself? Yes, he scratched his own back with long nails. Bella, welcome. Glad you caught alive, even if it is age restricted, even if it is considered haram in the UAE where you're at. But yes, I mean, the video was very hard to watch, is very hard to watch. And the fact that she recorded it, I think the recording of it itself shows a level of either malice or just lack of understanding of the sheer negligence of her action. Got a $1 on locals from C3 Metal, which has fuck YouTube. Could not agree more. And thank you, Shiro Z31, for becoming a member on locals. Appreciate it. You guys really help me out there. And locals doesn't pull this stupid shit. They help me out. And in fact, Rumble locals, they're kind of a joint team. Next week, I'll have a sponsor. One of the same sponsors as Viva or as Nick. It'll be Field of Greens. So I'll be having them start next week. I don't start shilling till they start paying, but very excited about that. They help out, they hook it up because they do like base content, unlike YouTube. So they read Sarah her constitutional Miranda warnings. Sarah agreed she understood what I had just read to her. After informing Sarah about the injuries to George's body, she continued to deny any physical altercation occurred. When she was shown the videos, not even halfway through, Sarah no longer wished to watch the video. Sarah said she did not remember making the two videos. Okay, so Sarah says she's not drunk, but also she doesn't remember making it. Which one is it? Because it's got to be one, right? She was either drunk and doesn't remember, or she remembers and wasn't drunk. It can't be both. Sarah said she said herself the video looked bad. She admitted it. That's admissible in court. Sarah denied intentionally leaving him the suitcase. Sarah was asked why she intentionally went upstairs and waited for George to come upstairs and did not check in him or let him out. She replied, I don't know. Bullshit. Sarah contradicted her original statement and began to blame the consumption of alcohol. Here we go. Here we go. Max says she was high. Maybe. So she began to say she was drunk. Then she was told she was not free to leave and under arrest. She transported him to BRC, this booking and release center. Based off her inconsistent statements on what happened in the videos found on her iPhone, I believe probable cause exists to charge her with second-degree murder. George Torres is dead. The death was caused by a criminal act. Sarah zipped him in the suitcase to where he could not get out. George begged him, repeatedly telling him he could not breathe. Sarah left him in the suitcase, therefore proves the unlawful killing of George by Sarah's actions that were imminently dangerous and demonstrate a depraved mind without regard for George's life. I think, guys, I think in comparison to other cases, we talked about Casey Anthony, we talked about other cases. In comparison to other cases, I think these charges actually work because I think the video that we see, which will be admissible in court, demonstrates a depraved mind. It demonstrates a criminal level of negligence, a willful negligence. And I think that lines up. And as long as they just stay in the lane, explain that, I think they got her on this one. The hilarious thing will be trying to see her flailing defense. Because that's something that I want to see. I want to see them try with that. Because to try to defend this, this is one of the things that's almost undefensible. Indefensible, rather. And thank you everybody who gifted the memberships. I don't want to say that again for you guys who did that. Appreciate all of you guys who did that. You guys are true homies. Darwinism awarded mommy. Well, I don't think he did it to himself. Let's be real. It does not matter if she was drunk or high. She is a monster that is on Casey Anthony level. That's from biased confirmations on Rumble. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah, Casey Anthony did Google how to suffocate her toddler. That literally happened. What was the motive? Who knows? She was drunk. I mean, if she was drunk, right? Maybe on drugs. Maybe he did cheat. But guess what? Even if you did cheat, even if you fuck somebody else, that you do not deserve to be killed. That's not a justification. And just because it's a guy doesn't mean we apply this any different. Remember Shawshank Redemption? Remember the wife in Shawshank Redemption? That doesn't mean that they deserved to die, right? You can't just go kill somebody. Even if you walk in, heat of passion, can't kill them. And just because it happens to be a guy doesn't mean we look at it differently. If it had been a woman, same analysis. Either way, right? If you catch them cheating, doesn't matter. Break up with them, shame them, do whatever, but not that. Everyone will be dead if that's the case. Tia, that's based. Because, men and women are cheating out there, left and right nowadays. In different ways, emotionally and physically, because emotional cheating is cheating too. Ladies, looking at you with the emotional cheating. And hail everybody. Just checking in. I gotta put out a tweet right now that we are already censored on YouTube. I gotta put a little tweet. Hopefully you guys can back me up. I'm gonna tag team YouTube. And if you guys can back me up, that'd be great. So if you guys can help me out on this, I'm posting the link to the video for them, so they can figure this shit out. But if you guys could do me a solid here and go ahead, pop over here to Twitter, just put this one out over here. I love how trending for me, Asians. Why that's so biased that they put Asians as trending for me. But if you guys could do me a favor, retweet this and make sure you're adding Team YouTube. Like, make sure you back that up. I would deeply appreciate that, guys. Seriously, I would deeply appreciate that. I'll drop this link in the chat. But this is some bullshit, and they're going to do this to every single creator. I mean, I am in Asia. That is true. Darth, that is true. Okay, I'm going to give him that one. By the way, do you guys like the old girl or the new girl better? Like, who is between December and January? Who's best soju waifu? Was it Miss December or Miss January? It's okay. It's okay if you support me in spirit, but if you got it, if you're on there, if you came back with Elon, dropping that is appreciated. Gemma, thank you for the 10 memberships. You're a fucking G. Right now, that really, really helps. SC Medic 71 for $2 on Rumble says, "Good morning, Rigor Einset." Yes. We need to do, Max and I need to do a straight from Asia stream this week. It's going to happen this week, Max. I'm going to get your availability. If anything gets censored, it should be that one. Like, that's okay. If me and Max get censored, it's fine. I accept that. But what's happening right now is not acceptable to me, to Tug, to Nick, to anybody. You guys prefer January? Oh, wait, Dana said the old one, December. I think you guys got attached to December. January. All right. I'll pull it. I'll put you guys on a poll. Let's see where you guys are at with that. But appreciate you guys backing me up there, retweeting that, because this is something I want to get fixed before we start streaming trials, before Jeff and I start streaming trials. The plan is for Jeff and I to be kind of splitting these trials. I know Jeff's going to probably take the first half. I'll wake up and take the second half. It's going to help us over here in Korea get some sleep. But I certainly don't want either him or I to get age restricted for any of these videos when we actually get to streaming next week. It would be extraordinarily annoying. For pure legal coverage. I get it's a spicy topic, but if I don't show the video, then I think there's no reason to do that. If I show the video, maybe, right? Darth says December was hotter. But the poll, okay, the poll says 66% December. Okay. All right. Well, every month we're going to switch it up. Renee says they all look the same. That is racist, Renee. You are a racist. You are racist. Gene, you know what? Maybe I will let my locals help me pick. Maybe I'll let my locals help me pick. I can actually show them the pictures and allow them to pick the next one. So that is an option. That's an option for me. Also, I think my audio just got nuked here for some reason. They always do that. Like, I think it's when I get loud. Yeah, that's what happens. Whenever I get like a little bit loud, it decides to like nerf my audio. Okay. There we go. Should be a little better. It gets weird like that. They like bring the audio level down a notch. But anyways, all right. Too much for audio. Yeah, it's true. So here's my thing for this trial. I think this one's going to be crazy because of the potential forensics, not just for the electronics, but also for the experts looking into her psychology. And if they try to make a McNaughton case, I just don't think that's going to fly. I think there's a bigger claim here if she tries to go the Me Too route in terms of influencing the jury, because I think she might be able to get a single woman or simp on the jury to buy a domestic violence case. Because this guy, I mean, he does kind of have a weird look, right? And they might be able to say, oh, look, he looks weird. He looks like the type of guy who might do something. They might be able to do that, right? Because I mean, you guys in locals, you guys posted the picture, but I want to show it over here because I think some people may not have seen this guy. Well, first I'll show this meme because this is a solid meme. This is just a solid meme. Don't come, I'm gonna come. It's a great one, guys. Great one. Good job. Good job over there on YouTube. I'm gonna save that as come in my meme file. Spelled the correct way, of course. But look at this guy. Look at George here. I mean, like, we got to be honest, guys. Like, and this is the thing. Other people will lie to you and say it doesn't matter. It does matter, right? This does matter. So appearance does matter. And the fact that George just have those eyes that kind of look a little dead, right? Kind of look a little drugged out. People drop the sympathy. And let's say he's on meth. Let's say that's true. Let's say that they find that out. Let's say they do the toxicology. The guy was on meth. That doesn't mean he deserves to die. In fact, I would say this. If she was taking advantage of his addiction and giving him money to feed his addiction and keeping him around as like a pet boyfriend for the D, you know, here's some money. You can live with me. Give me the D when I want, and I'm going to give you some money for your meth addiction or whatever else. That's even worse. But that doesn't mean he deserves to die. Gene says, have you accepted gifts? Click the green box and allow them like you were accepting a Christmas present. What Gene means is Christmas present. But thank you guys on the gift, the gift grift. I appreciate it. It's really helped me out here, especially when YouTube is being super breaded. Oh man. Oh man. You guys crack me up though. Always got some good memes here. So another one here. From the locals community. Man dies after hitting head with skateboard. Santa Ana Starbucks. How Rittenhouse. That's good shit. This is good shit. Very good. Let's see what we got over here. So the calendar date for this is on August 30th. So this one's calendar for August 30th. Should go on August. Oh, sorry, not August 30th. I got to hit this coffee, man. I'm behind here. January 30th. In front of Judge Bean. In his courtroom, Court 6D of the Orange County Courthouse. That's right. Judge Bean is going to give her the D. The 6D, to be exact. So we got Judge Bean over here. Wooten. Wayne Wooten. And that is going in exactly 2 weeks. In Orange County, Florida. Different courtroom than Casey Anthony, guys. So it won't look exactly the same as the Casey Anthony trial. Look a little bit different. A slight bit different. Not too different, though. Guys, we're going to do an F YouTube censorship party on locals. I'll get a little unscripted for that since we got age gated today. So I'll post a link for that in the chat if you guys want to come over and join, and we'll just go a little unscripted. I'm going to drop this, unbutton a button, roll up the sleeves. We're going to do it right now. That's what I wanted to get through today. I was going to show the video, but now this is age restricted. I want to kind of cut it so it lets them review it. The sooner I end it, the sooner I can have them, appeal it and go back and fight this and yell at the partner manager on this one. But I will see you guys later. Catch you later. Peace. Go check it out on locals. Here's the link for locals if you guys want to come over here and join. Peace, guys.